By now, most of you know about the shameful case of harassment from Mumbai. A Korean influencer was molested and groped on the streets while she was streaming live on social media. The young woman spoke to Mirror Now yesterday. She said she loves India despite her traumatic experience. But that is no reason for the government to pat itself on the back. The truth is, such an incident should not have happened in the first place. Earlier today, the two accused were produced at the Bandra court in Mumbai. Their custody has been extended until December 5th, which is Monday. The cops have charged both of them with Section 354 of the IPC. They have been accused of trying to outrage the woman's modesty. If convicted, the maximum punishment they can get is 2 years in prison. But this goes beyond just arresting and punishing these two men. It's about keeping India's women safe on the streets, or any women on Indian streets safe. And that means proactive and innovative policies. After Mirror Now's persistent 24-hour reportage, the Mumbai police has now announced a new measure. They are rolling out a new protocol for the Nirbhaya squad. Now, this squad is dedicated entirely to women's safety. It includes a female officer, 2 constables and a driver. Mumbai's new plan is to install QR codes in places that are considered sensitive for women. So whenever a Nirbhaya patrol passes by, they will have to scan this QR code. This will ensure that there are real-time updates about which Nirbhaya squad is patrolling which locality. It's certainly a positive step, but it's not enough to make Mumbai safe for women. Like we told you yesterday, Mumbai's safe tag is a misconception. Data is revealing that Mumbai is just as unsafe as any other Indian city, if not more. Earlier today, I spoke about this issue to Bollywood actor Raveena Tandon. She's a Mumbaikar herself, and she said, like everyone else, she was absolutely shocked with what happened with this Korean influencer. Listen in. Raveena, I now want to focus your attention to something again that you've been very articulate about. Yes, wildlife, but there is something when you were away has happened in your city which has shamed this country. I'm fairly certain you've seen the video by now of that young South Korean YouTuber. She's out on the streets of Mumbai, she's live streaming, and here are these 2 boys who come on a bike, harass her, harangue her, pull her by her hand, almost try and kiss her till she runs to the safety of her hotel. When you saw that video, and a lot of us have seen the video in loop and been fairly disturbed about what has happened. Not just because she's a foreigner. One would be disturbed even if this was an Indian. But especially the fact that she's a foreigner because she doesn't understand the language, she doesn't know the people, she doesn't know the system. And for someone like her to go through something like this in the middle of a busy street, a well-lit street, and a street with people around. What was your reaction when you saw this video?
I was horrified, absolutely, because Mumbai is known to be one of the safest cities for us women to venture out at night or actually at any time of the day, early morning as well. And it was really, really horrifying to watch something like that unfold. But I think the timely action taken by the Mumbai police was really, really praiseworthy. And I'm so glad that justice has been met, and to kind of, set an example that something untoward like this should not occur again.
Now, as Raveena has pointed out, there were a few good Samaritans on the street that day. They have shown you the entire sequence leading up to the harassment. But now take a look at what happened afterwards. This video reminds us that all hope is not lost. There are enough good people in this world. Take a look.
I see you do.
Hi!
What's up?
Hi!
I was watching your live.
Yeah.
I saw those guys.
Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you.
I was right there. I was
Thank you. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Okay, well.
Rescue operation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was Aditya and Atharva, the 2 men who helped this young influencer to safety. They went out for lunch with her earlier today. We'll put those pictures out. And one of them, as you saw, was Atharva there. He's, in fact, joining me on the show right now. Hi, Atharva. Hope you're doing well. Yesterday when I was speaking to this young influencer, and we're seeing your pictures with her right now, she said that I'm not letting this one incident color what has happened to me, color what I think about India, because, the sort of support I've got has been exceptional. Yesterday, what I didn't know, and most of us didn't know, that there was actually you who helped this young girl reach her hotel safely. In fact, you had you had some sort of conversation with those two men as well. Could you just tell us how you got to know that, this girl was being harassed, and what happens after that? Okay, Athar, okay. You know what we'll do? We'll patch up with Atharva in just a bit. Let's once again, and that's Atharva with his friend. These two men helped this young lady out yesterday. So when the entire live stream video was out, all of us realized that there were these two perverts who were troubling her, harassing her, haranguing her, trying to pull her away with her hand. One of them even tried to kiss her. Clearly, there are these two young boys then on the streets of Mumbai who see what's happening. They tell her that, look, we've seen you live streaming. We've seen what has happened. And they just, they just speak to her. They try and make her comfortable. Atharva goes to the two men on the bike. He has a word with them. They drive away, and then they ensure that this girl is sent to her a hotel. In fact, they accompany her, I believe, to the hotel to safety. Let's listen in once again to that entire sequence.
Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.
I see you do.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
I was watching your live.
Yeah.
I saw those guys.
Oh, really? Thank you. What the
Pulled up from
fuck?
there.
Oh, thank you. What the fuck?
I was right there. I was
Thank
like,
you. Thank you. Oh my god. Maybe I should stay there a couple of minutes so that he can leave. Oh, thank you very much.
Bye, bye.
Hi. Oh my god. What the? Thank you.
Maybe
Thank you very much.
Maybe it's good you're on live. And
Oh.
someone is watching it.
Oh man. Oh wow. Okay, well.
Rescue operation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, Mumbai is pretty safe, and I think he doesn't have a very bad intention or the.
Okay, that is what is called a sigh of relief. Atharva, you're joining us on the broadcast on Mirror now. Thank you very much. In fact, the entire video and the sequence of the entire video, Atharva, was pointed out to us by Raveena Tandon, who first spotted the two of you, in that live feed to say that, yes, there were these two goons, these two perverts who harassed this young girl, but there were two good Samaritans on the roads of Mumbai as well. So it's not all bad. Tell me, how did you get to know that she was being harassed and harangued by these two men? And what happens after that?
Right. Yeah, so I initially got introduced to Mo at a restaurant that we were sitting at together. And that's when I initially got introduced to her. And she was leaving and going somewhere else. And I got the link to her live stream that she was doing. And I just decided to tune in because she was walking all the way to the other restaurant. So I just wanted to see and, check up on what she's doing. And it was at that point I noticed that she was walking back to the restaurant that we were at. And that's when I noticed that these two people, they started harassing her on camera. And that's when I decided to leave from the restaurant where I was sitting at and go and intervene in the situation.
So I can clearly see that, there's huge relief written all over her face when she sees the two of you. But I do see you speak to the two men as well. What was this conversation that you had with them?
Right. So initially, I was just speaking to them in Hindi. I told them, please stop this. I don't know why you're acting in this way. Please stop this and please go away right now. And then they called me towards them. They asked me, why, is she your friend? I was like, yes, she's my friend. Now, can you please leave from here? And then those guys decided to leave. After which I waited with Mio for around 5 minutes outside, just to make sure they weren't lurking around or anything. And yeah, she proceeded to go to a hotel after that.
She proceeded to go to her hotel after that. Atharva, yesterday when we just, of course, saw the clip that she had put out, right? And the clip didn't have you come to her rescue, as it were. And yesterday there were a lot of people commenting, including me, just by the way, that this was a crowded street, and this was 11:30 at night. Bombay till 1:30 at night is buzzing. There were people around her, and we were all wondering that why in a city like Bombay, no one had actually come to her to help her out. Was that your sense as well? I know you stepped out, which is great, and I think it's clearly she's very thankful to that. But was that your sense when you were watching the live feed as to why there was no one around her coming to help her, given the fact that she clearly looked like she was not someone who belongs to this place?
Right. Yeah. So my initial surprise was the fact that something like this is happening at all. Because, like she also specified, Mumbai generally is known to be safe, especially for women at night. So, yeah, my initial sense of surprise was when something like this was happening. And post that, I think people were reluctant to help. I don't know why, what the reason could be. Maybe because it was happening all too quick, or maybe they just didn't understand what exactly was going on. It could also be the fact that maybe she had a camera out, so they were like, oh, maybe it's part of a bit or something like that. I obviously can't get it down to the exact reason, but those are what my best assumptions could be. But since, I was watching the stream, I knew exactly what was happening and that it wasn't right. I can understand maybe people on the street getting a bit confused as to what exactly was happening. But yeah, for me as a person who was viewing her stream, I knew, and since we got introduced recently, I knew that what was happening was not right, and that's why I took it upon myself to intervene.
One of the things she said yesterday to us was that I'm not letting this one incident color my impression of India, because something like this has happened with me in other countries that I've traveled to as well. And yet it was in India that I saw so much support. Now, that support, I think what particularly has impressed her is the fact that someone like you did see her live stream and come to help her. But also that entire outrage that we have seen in the last 24 hours that has ensured that the Mumbai police, without her complaining, has actually put those two guys behind bars.
Right, yeah. I'm not too clear on the whole Mumbai police situation. I also would not like to comment on that as of now. But yeah, she's in the process of writing her complaint and her statement. She did write a statement. The Mumbai police weren't exactly convinced with the length of the statement, so they asked her to write another one. She's in the process of writing one right now.
So all right, and you're helping her through that process.
Yeah, so we met for lunch today, and she was kind enough to invite both me and Aditya. Aditya is the one who helped her get the videos online and just spread her message everywhere and get her in contact with all the news channels and everything. And yeah, so she was kind enough to invite us to lunch, and we had a great time in the afternoon. And right now we're just I'm helping her out with the statement process. Yeah.
Okay, Athar, before I let you go, can I ask you if you expected this sort of outrage that you saw? I'm just wondering what would have happened to this girl if she wasn't live streaming. A lot of cases, and we see a lot of cases in India where women come and tell you that the police just simply doesn't take us seriously unless we have a video of the incident and it goes viral. So I shudder to think what would have happened if it wasn't being live streamed and if you had not seen her. So thank God you saw it, and thank God you intervened. But are you surprised with the sort of outrage that you've seen from everyone, not just in Mumbai, but across the country as well?
I mean, yeah, I'm really surprised because right after it happened, I just came home. I didn't tell anyone about it. I didn't think it was that big a deal. I just helped out this girl who was in the need of help. And I just started getting messages from everyone like, oh, is this you? Oh, wow, you did such a great job. We're proud of you. And I was surprised. I was like, how do people know about this? And then when I went on the news, that's when I saw like how much it had blown up and to what proportion it had spread. So I personally was very surprised, and I'm relatively new to any of this media attention and everything. So it was pretty like new and like surprising for me. Yeah.
So, Atharva, this is all I'll say as I let you go, that we need more people like you, not just more men like you, but more women like you as well. And I hope you're coming on TV, you're helping this young Korean woman who clearly needed that help, shows the way to other people that if you're seeing anyone in trouble, anyone in need of help, yes, this was a foreign national, but it could have happened to an Indian national as well, please go help. Please go intervene. It's the least you can do as a fellow citizens. Atharva, thank you very much. And well done, I say. Thank you very much. And Raveena Tandon says, do convey to Atharva that I love her. So I've conveyed that message to you on national television. Thanks very much. I hope you have inspired many, many more people on the streets of this country today to help out someone in need. Thank you very much indeed.